Have you guys run into those well-meaning bystanders who tell you to just move on instead of fighting? They bug me. At its worst, it comes off like victim shaming. Oh, you don't like being treated badly? Get over it. At its best, it means either a fair amount of ignorance or a fair amount of privilege. Like discrimination just means not liking your job. They don't seem to get how much discrimination can make us doubt ourselves and feel isolated, afraid, and ashamed. They don't get that it touches every facet of our lives. Our performance at work, our health and well-being, our personal and professional relationships, and our financial stability. Discrimination is a big, scary threat. And when human beings face a big, scary threat, we usually do one of three things. We fight, we flee, or we freeze. There's no shame in any of those choices. There's no one-size-fits-all here. I think just moving on is great advice when it's as simple as they make it seem. If I can get another job in a couple weeks without much upheaval, why not just escape the discrimination and be happy? They say living well is the best revenge. Although winning is pretty good too. I moved on myself. The first 5 or 6 times I experienced illegal discrimination at NASA, but every time I moved to escape the discrimination, I had to rebuild my technical expertise all over again in a whole new field. And I had to build all new professional relationships, usually under a cloud of gossip about why I transferred there in the first place. Meanwhile, every one of the bosses who discriminated against me got by without any consequences at all. I absorbed all the consequences for their illegal actions. I chose that path. It was the right choice for me at the time, but if I had it all to do over again, I'm not sure I'd make those same choices today. Because when another boss discriminated against me, this time because of my disability, I made a different choice. I could have just moved on again by taking an early retirement, but that would have significantly cut my income for the rest of my life. And it wasn't just the money. It was the idea of accepting the dehumanizing abuse that I was going through, and letting my boss get by with endangering not just my health, but the health of all my coworkers. Just couldn't do it. So I stood and fought. Because I know me. And you know you. We all have our own reasons for fighting, and yours aren't going to be the same as mine. I'd really love it if you guys would take a couple minutes to leave me a comment and let me know, why didn't you just move on? If you're still undecided about whether to stand and fight or flee to a new job, let me give you some food for thought. First of all, when I was able to retire and escape NASA, I gotta admit my health immediately improved. So that's one point for just moving on. If your health is really bad, then you may want to avoid the stress of a fight, because this one takes a lot of energy and hard work. If you're sick and you want to fight, you can do that too. I did it. You'll need a strong support system. I had a husband who took on a lot of extra work so that I could save my energy for my job and the EEOC process. And I also committed to some serious lifestyle changes so that I would be able to handle the extra stress. I changed my diet, sleep, and exercise habits dramatically. And I changed the thoughts that I let sit around in my head. I didn't allow myself to sit around for 1 minute thinking that maybe I deserved what they were doing to me. I committed to building myself up instead of helping them beat me down. Of course, another thing to consider is the financial impact of your decision. Unless you plan to represent yourself and go pro se, you can expect to drop some big bucks on an employment attorney to represent you. But if you don't have big bucks and you want to fight anyway, one of our members here has started a Facebook group for federal pro se plaintiffs to help each other. I'll leave some info about it in the description. I also recommend talking your decision over with someone who knows you and what you're all about. And while you're at it, maybe get a free consult from an employment attorney to check out your chances of winning in case you do decide to fight. Sometimes we gotta fight, sometimes we gotta flee. There's no one answer that's always right, and I'm not here to pressure anybody either way. Fighting is hard. So if you don't want to, I won't be offended if you just move on. But if you do want to fight, this channel's for you. And I'm here to remind you that winning is possible and to offer you a little help along the way. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care and hang in.